Hey everyone, welcome to Wednesday strength training. We're going to be doing shoulders, chest, and biceps today. So I'm going to do a single banded overhead press. I want to make sure that my wrist, my elbow, my shoulder are pretty much lined up with each other, even as I go overhead. So even right now, I feel like I'm turned in a little bit. I'm going to come out here. There we go. And I don't want to go out with the elbow on this one. I don't want to really go much wider than my shoulders. So I want to think about staying in this box. I want to band this no lower than my face. And then we're going to do 4 sets of about 12 reps per arm. Our first shoulder exercise is going to be our tempo strict press. Okay, so we've been working with that the last few weeks. We're going to go 1 second up. We're going to explode. Then we're going to hold that for 3 seconds. And then we're going to go 5 seconds on the way down. As long as it passes your chin, that counts as the rep. Okay, so we're going to do one more. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, with this being a tempo, this is a great time to make sure that you're not arching your back, shrugging too much while you're doing this exercise, or being out of position. Okay, so make sure you're smart about the weight, especially with the tempo. It's going to creep up. This is going to be building. It's going to be 5 sets of 3 reps of that 1, 3, 5 tempo. Again, all of that is building. All right, our first bicep exercise is going to be banded kettlebell curls. So this is definitely going to move around a lot for you. It's going to be definitely unstable. You're still going to focus on shoulders nice and tall, back, making sure you're not moving from the shoulder to the elbow too much. You're going to need to a little bit when you come to the top. That's fine. It's going to bounce around on you, right? You'll notice you'll have to move it forward a little bit so it doesn't hit you in the stomach too much. So thinking about keeping that steady. Lighter the better, so you can focus on controlling the kettlebell, right? You'll notice I've had to reach out a little bit, which is fine because I expected that deviation. You just gotta make sure you're not reaching out too much. It's too heavy and it's swinging. So the quieter the kettlebell, the better, meaning not a lot of movement. That's gonna be 4 sets of 10 reps. Our first shoulder exercise is going to be 4 sets of 1-minute holds in your side raise position. Okay, again, standing nice and tall, shoulders are down and back. We're not shrugging through here. And you're going to think completely beside you. They're going to want to float forward. You're going to try to hold that completely beside you. You could lock out your arms or have a slight bend, but that's it. You're just unlocking your arms for this one. All right, 4 sets of 1 minute. Our first chest exercise is going to be incline dumbbell chest press. Once I get in place, I'm going to adjust my shoulders, get my scaps down. My core is still tight. And we're going to go straight up with this one. We're not looking for a rounding, right? That kind of happens a little bit more in a flat bench position. Focusing on keeping them steady, right? I'm going to open them as I get wider at the bottom, and I'll close the gap a little bit. Some people like to make the dumbbells touch. That's fine, but you don't have to. This is going to be 4 sets of 10 reps. All right, our next chest exercise is going to be chest flies with our chest fly machine. For this one, I want our hands roughly even with the middle of our chest. We're going to go back for a nice big hug, just like we've done it with dumbbells before. All right, how far back do I go? Everyone's range of motion is going to be different. I'm going to feel a little of a stretch. My shoulder feels good though, right? I'm going to make sure I don't go back too far or have to overextend every time I do, okay? Just keeping that slight bend in the elbow. I'm not going to bend it more as I go back farther or end up straightening them as I come through. I'm going to focus on keeping that position. Making sure I'm not rounding my chest through either. Okay, I'm thinking proud chest, keeping the shoulders back. 4 sets of 10 reps. Our last exercise of the day is going to be rope bicep curls. I'm going to need the rope with the 2 handles. Again, not moving anything from my elbow to my shoulders. Using my lower traps to pull my shoulder blades down. Making sure that it doesn't pull me forward at the end, or I'm hunching over, or I'm letting that roll forward at the bottom. Making sure I'm trying to get the best lockout as I can from this position. So I know some of our shorter athletes in here might have a challenge being too close, right? You just have to back up a little bit and then make sure it's not going to be, in a position where you're clanking every time for the exercise. 4 sets of 10 reps here.